Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and it's time for another positive spin. Today we're going to be talking about Dracula Untold, and that's keeping with our Universal monsters that we did last month. I'm going to try to do a few this month as well, maybe some of the movies that weren't accepted as well as some others. Now, Dracula Untold is a movie that I wish I would have seen in the theaters, but I did not because I listened to everyone trash talking from the day it came out until just recently. It's starting to get a little bit more love now, but it seemed like all the critics just bashed it and tore it to pieces. So I rented it when it came out and was actually surprised. Now, this is one of those movies that I would have seen or I wouldn't have seen because of how I feel about vampires. You guys know about that. People who have listened to me for a long time, I'm not a real big vampire fan. I like what I like. I also like when they do something a little bit different with a story, which is what they did with Dracula Untold. They took some liberties and changed the story around a little bit, and I thought that is done extremely well. I mean, how many times do we need the same movie about Dracula done a different way? Not really. Um, the story's almost always the same with Nosferatu as well, and seeing a different take on a familiar character, I think is pretty cool. So I rented it, absolutely loved it, and bought it the first chance I got, or the first time I saw it in a thrift store. One of the things I love right away is the opening story. I like how it's told from Dracula's son's point of view. I think that that's really cool. I like the atmosphere inside the mountain, the Broken Tooth Mountain, where the vampire is. I also like how they show Vlad not only as a warrior, but as a family man as well, that he'd do anything for his family. Not only that, but he's also a prince and would also do anything for his people. The set design is amazing with the palaces and the cliffs and everything like that. It's pretty amazing. It's also when he starts to learn of his powers. Not to go into a synopsis, but he does go into Broken Tooth in order to get powers to become like a vampire in order not only to protect his family but to protect his people. That's kind of like the difference of the story. They do take liberties with it, where Dracula is not just a bad guy all the way around. I like how he's able to fly and move fast with like a bunch of bats. I think that serves the story really well. Kind of doesn't make sense what I'm saying now, but if you've seen it, you understand what I mean. Um, I feel like this is one that a lot of people probably haven't seen because they heard so many people bash it, but maybe I'm wrong. I mean, this was supposed to be the Dark Universe, Universal's Dark Universe, where they were going to retell all of the Universal monster movies. This was supposed to be the first one, and it was also supposed to get a sequel, and never did, which is very unfortunate. Um, I like how he takes out the Turks when he's defending not only his people but his family. I think that's amazing. It's a really awesome way that he does that. Luke Evans makes a great Dracula, or Vlad the Impaler, and Charles Dance as the vampire is awesome. Great cast. Also, you have Dominic Cooper as the bad guy, the head Turk, and he was in Preacher. He played Preacher. The special effects are amazing in this. Absolutely love them. Now, when he impales his own man, he starts to. Well, I don't want to say a whole lot. I don't want to give away a whole lot because, like I said, I feel like a lot of people haven't seen it. He actually impales a vampire, and you get to watch it disintegrate. I think that is just one of the neatest shots ever. Of course, it's CGI, but it's done really well. And at the very end, they were setting up for a sequel, of course, where Dracula is in modern day, as well as, well, I don't want to say too much about it because, like I said, I don't want to give it away, even though it kind of leaves on a cliffhanger. Well, actually, it does, but he also finds Mina, and I thought that that was really an interesting way to end the film. Of course, she looks exactly like his wife, which is how the story was originally told in Dracula. So it kind of ties right into the original Dracula. They don't need a sequel, but it would have really been cool if they got one because, like I said, the cast is amazing. They play this extremely well, and I find this to be probably the most underrated Dracula film that has been made. Because, like I said, it was bashed from the very beginning, and to me, that's a shame. Check this one out, or don't, depending on how you feel about Dracula or what people have said bashing it. And don't forget to check out Joe's positive spin on Dracula Untold. If you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.